You might be a radical, but if you're like most of us, you never learned how to vote like a radical.
Radicals remember 3 things.
1, all candidates, once elected, become our opponents.
2, we vote for the ones we're best suited to fight.
3, we protect movements, our real source of power.
If you went to school in the United States, you likely heard
that a vote meant something special, expressed who we are,
told the world what we stood for.
Now, some of us have always known.
Black folks have always said it.
And indigenous peoples of this land have always said that this system is unequal at its core.
But whenever you realize it, the day you see that our system doesn't work because it can't work, is the day your life begins to be a radical life.
Yet it's easy to skip a step. Every 4 years, we can fall into voting in a liberal way.
Like we're co-signing a candidate rather than picking our opponent.
But for radicals, voting isn't personal.
Because radicals know all presidents, once elected, become our opponents.
In a year like this, where we're so full of grief and rage at the genocide in Gaza and an unjust wider war that seems like it's just beginning,
it can feel like casting a vote condones these horrific injustices.
who can bear to reward any party that has financed and supported the destruction of the Palestinian people,
or any of the countless brutal things that U.S. leaders do.
We never vote for them. We always vote for us.
So we can shape the conditions in which we fight for the liberation of all peoples.
A radical vote isn't about who we want to represent us.
Because no president will ever do that.
Even the most independent have to report to the 1%.
Every president's job is to stabilize a fundamentally flawed system.
And our job as radicals is to replace the system itself.
Even if someone we prefer wins, it's still not our job to support them.
It's our job to build so much popular resistance that they're forced to defy special interests.
In fact, that is the best support we can offer them.
Whether fighting a president we despise or one we'd like to see succeed.
Our role is still to fight.
So, which of these candidates deserves our vote?
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above.
But you don't vote for who's deserving.
You vote for the ones you're best equipped to fight.
Only one factor matters in who gets our vote.
It's not which candidate we wish would be powerful.
It's which election result will leave ourselves most powerful.
Protecting our movements is the main question on the ballot, especially now.
Since 2016, U.S. elections have set basic neoliberals against overt authoritarians whose values aren't just hateful, they are the trademarks of fascist regimes.
Regimes where public silence becomes necessary for survival.
And social movements can no longer endure above ground.
Our peoples have lived that level of repression, y'all.
We know what it's like when governments dictate our lives without our consent.
We are building on centuries of resistance.
We are building upon centuries of resistance.
We are building on centuries of resistance. We are lifting up the voices of our people and fighting for the liberation of all.
As radicals, we can use our vote to claim space for the best possible conditions for that fight.
Our vote isn't code for please represent me or I support you.
Your vote is the act of selecting your opponent and the contract you signed to resist.
Because radicals know that our real power lies in our movements.
Our movements can grow far more powerful than they are today.
As radicals, we don't mistake our vote for our power.
So let's use the one thing voting is good for:
choosing our opponent.
So we can build our real power and protect all life.
So that instead of directing our energy at surviving under fascism,
we can take leadership amid the climate crisis.
We can nourish and protect life
that colonialism has tried to destroy.
We can build the roots of real multiracial democracy
from the ground up.
From the ground up.
From the ground up.
We are going much farther than voting.
We're after real power to change all of our lives.
So let's go build our power.
Choose our opponent.
And vote like the radicals we are.